expressions, simplifying radical expressions using the product rule. So let's look at 3 examples of this. So for our first example, we have 3 times the square root of 10 times 7 times the square root of 2. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply both of these radicals together. So by doing that, we have the 3 times 7, which are both on the outside of your radical. That gives us 21. And then we multiply inside the radical. So that's 10 times 2. That's going to give us 20. So now after multiplying, we want to continue to simplify this just like we were simplifying the other expressions in the first 3 examples that we did. So now we want to find what times what will give us 20, but one number has to be a perfect square. Well, that number happens to be 4. So 4 times 5 is going to give us 20. So now we have 21 square root 4 times 5. Now, because the square root of 4 is a perfect square, we can go ahead and simplify that to be 2. So now we have 21 times 2 square root of 5. The 5 stays inside your radical sign, so we have 21 times 2 square root of 5. Now we're going to multiply the 21 and the 2 together, which will give us 42 square root of 5. And this would be our final answer. So now let's move on to example 2. For example 2, we're going to multiply 2 cube root of 4 times 5 cube root of 6. So once again, first things first, let's go ahead and multiply these 2 radical expressions together. So the numbers on the outside, we have 2 times 5, which is 10. And then multiplying what's inside the radical, 4 times 6, that's going to give us cube root 24. So 24 is not a perfect cube root, so we need to break it down. What times what gives us 24, and what number has to be a perfect cube? Well, that happens to be 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So 10 cube root of 8 times 3. Perfect. So 8 is a perfect cube root. So now we have 10 times 2, and the 3 stays inside the radical. Well, 10 times 2 will give us 20. So now we have 20 cube root of 3. And that is our final answer there. So now for the last example. Example number 3. Let's do 4th roots. So the 4th root of 18 x cubed times the 4th root of 45 x squared. This is a good one. So first things first, let's multiply these 2 together. So multiplying these 2 4th roots together, we get the 4th root of 810 x to the 5th. Remember, you multiply variables with the same base, then you add the exponents. So 3 plus 2 gave us 5 here. So now let's break this down. We want to find a perfect 4th root within 810. Well, the perfect 4th root happens to be 81. So we have 81 times 10. So now with x to the 5th, we want to find a perfect 4th root in x to the 5th. That happens to be x to the 4th. So let's continue to simplify this. Well, the 4th root of 81 is actually going to be 3. 10 is not a perfect 4th root. x to the fourth is a perfect fourth root, so the fourth root of x to the fourth is actually x. X is not a perfect fourth root, so that stays inside our radical, which gives us 3x, the fourth root of 10x. And this is our final answer here. So now we're going to move on to simplifying radical expressions using the quotient rule. So very similar to the product rule, but now we're actually dividing. So let's do 2 examples of this. The first example is the square root 240 x cubed divided by the square root of 15x. So previously when we were doing the product rule, we multiplied first, but now we're going to be dividing first. So let's go ahead and do that. So first, if we're dividing these two here, they have the same index, which is 2. We're talking about square roots. So 240 divided by 15 is going to give us 16. And x cubed divided by x is going to give us x squared. Perfect. It's perfect because both of those are perfect square roots. 16 is a perfect square root, and x squared is a perfect square root. So the square root of 16 is 4, and the square root of x squared is x. And this is our final answer. So let's look at one more example. We have the square root of 150 m to the 9th power divided by the square root of 3m. So once again, we're going to divide first. So 150 divided by 3 is going to give us 50. And m to the 9th divided by m is going to give us m to the 8th. So 50 is not a perfect square root. That means we have to break it down. Well, the perfect square root within 50 is 25. So 25 times 2 is going to give us 50. M to the 8th is a perfect square root. So we don't do nothing there. Let's go ahead and write that. M to the 8th. So now to continue simplifying this, 25 is a perfect square. The square root of 25 is 5. 2 is not a perfect square, so that stays inside our radical. But m to the 8th is a perfect square. The square root of m to the 8th is actually m to the 4th. And so now we have the square root of 2. So our final answer is m, 5m to the 4th, square root of 2. And this ends the lesson on simplifying radical expressions.